Hello friends, welcome back. This is Manish Pandey. Today in this video I am going to show you how to defer work queue items. In the previous video you learned how to copy item to queue. Now let me delete this one. We are going to use the same work queue to defer the item. Defer means postpone, delay. It means if you have an item that you don't want to process till the specific date, then you can defer that item. So that item will be postponed to the specific date. Let's say today is 2nd of January and you want to postpone your work queue items to 5th of January. So what will happen, whenever you will use this get next item to process that queue, so those queue items which is marked with the defer date, that is 5th January, that will not be processed. So those queue items will only be processed after 5th of January, right? So this is deferred. It means postpone existing queue items. So here we are going to use how to defer existing queue items, and that is we are going to use using work queues VBO, and there is a one action defer. So let me take this action, double click on that, select here work queues, and two actions we have already completed. Now this is the third, that is defer. In the defer, in the inputs we need to pass item ID and until. Until means the date to which you want to postpone, you want to defer that. So this will be the date. So as I told you earlier that 5th January you want to postpone that item. Whatever item ID you will pass here, that will be postponed till that date. Okay. So first we need item ID and then that date. Currently we don't have any data, any items here in our queue. So first we need queue items so that we can defer few work queue items. So let me run this page, add items to queue. In the add items to queue, there is one option, that is defer until. So if we'll put the defer until date here, so it will work same as that. But what will happen, while adding the items to queue, it will add all the data, all the work queue items with that specific defer time, right? So currently I don't want to defer, I don't want to update defer date in all the work queue items. I want to just update only few items. So I'm not going to put here defer until. I'm just going to take this data and I'm going to run that. So what will happen, it will just go and add items to queue. So we have 5 queue items here. Now we have just added. Now let me go to the queue here, refresh that, and now you can see here we have 5 work queue items, right? Now for the time being I'm just going to update the status of these. So a status will be new. Let me select all so that I can change the status for all, and this will be new. So I have just added a status to the existing queue. Now let me go to this here and let me refresh this and let me run this again. And if you want to update the status, you can directly update from here. So now I am going to update the status with the you can like see here defer, right? Now click OK. So what will happen, all these 5 items will be added with the status defer. Now right click, set next stage. Okay, so we just added 5 more queue items. So we have now 10 records, 5 that with the status new and 5 that is with the status defer. Now I'm going to show you how to defer these work queue items where the status is defer. So I'm going to set the defer for the existing queue items, existing work queue items. So here, based on this workflow, what will happen, it will get the next item from this queue. So we have 10 records. Now it will give us in one item ID, and here we can also store the status. So it means whenever first item will be picked by this get next item, that will store the status also. So only we are going to defer where the status equal to defer, right? So here we are checking item ID not equal to blank, then only we are going to check. Now we can take one more decision stage. You know that is for what? That is just to check the status equal to defer. So double click on that. You can write like want to defer. Yes. So it means we have status equals to, so we are using get next item and it will give us the status. We are storing in a one data item. So the status equal to double quotes defer. If the status equal to defer, then only we are going to defer. So link this, link this. Now double click on that. Now here we need that item ID. So this item we are going to pass that we are getting from get next item, and you can see the here condition, the item must have been logged by this process. So we are using get next item, and by using that one, this item ID will be logged, and after that, that will be unlocked. So in this input we will be passing item ID, and here that will be deferred. So there are multiple ways you can pass here the date. You can directly pass here the date like 5th January, so 05/01/2022. So this is one of the date format you can pass, or you can click on this expression editor, you can remove this, you can go to the date, you can click on make date, you can enter your day of the month, so that is 5, you can enter month of the year, first it means January, you can enter here that year, click on paste. So you can also make a date based on this expression, so that will also work same, right? So click OK. So only it will go to the defer only if the status equal to defer. So if that status equal to not defer, then what? Then we are not doing anything, we are just going to pick the next item so that we can defer. So we'll link this here. Let me take this one here, one anchor stage, so that I can link here, and I think link here. So if no, then pick next item, if yes, defer, and then after defer again go and pick next item. Let me click on right click, set next stage. Now you'll see we have one item, but the status equal to new. So we'll pass with yes because we have data, but here we don't have a status equal to defer, so it will go with no, right? Now next time we have again new, third new, yes, now we have defer. So what will happen? Now we have defer, it will go to this one, and then it will set the date, that is 5/1, right? Now let me run that here. Okay, so we have just completed that. Now go to this work queue items and see here we have 5 records that we have defer status. Now you are thinking that how can we check that we have successfully updated the defer date or not? So here in the work queues you can see we have the status defer, and against this one you can see, go and see this column next review. you can see the date 5/1/2022, 5th January, and this date is coming from, by default, that is coming from this Blue Prism date. So if we have next review date updated here, it means we have set this as a defer. Now if now I am going to run this, refresh this, now if I am going to run the same workflow, same project, so it will give us as a item ID nothing. Why? Because this item will not be processed till 5th January. Only these items will be picked after this specific date and time. Let me show you here. Let me go here, refresh this, right click, set next stage. Now you can see here, get next item. We just completed, but we didn't get any item ID. We are going to end. So these items will not be picked. Even we have pending status, right? We have pending. Now if you want to change the defer date for all these queue items or any work queue items, you can change that. Sometime what happens, like you set the date of 5/1 and now you think that okay, I want to just postpone this to the 7th January, I don't want to process this. So you can select all these records, or like whatever records that you want to postpone again, you can select, right click, change deferral date. You can select the date from here, like let's say you want to now process this on 7th January, select that, click OK, and now you will see here all these items we have just updated with the next review date, deferral date, that is 7th January. So by this way you can set the defer date and you can postpone these work queue items. I hope you understood this one. If so, please like this video and please subscribe this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.